Hey guys, I have a TCG Player affiliate link now, so if you guys ever want cards, sleeves, packs, or anything of that nature, use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description. Hey, what's up guys? We are at Genesis Gaming, back with special guest Kyle, returning with a new Salamangreat profile for the new format. So you've been getting a lot of wins here. You've been racking up some wins with a certain Salamangreat build. What have you been running lately?
Sinful Synchro Salad.
Sinful Synchro Salad, guys. Yeah. You guys loved the Synchro Salad build. You guys love Baronne and Black Rose, but now it got even better with the Wanted package. So,
yeah.
Before we get into the deck, do you have any shoutouts?
I'd like to shout out MetaGamesGX for having me on the channel, as always. Thank you very much. Congratulations on hitting 2.5k subscribers at the time of upload.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out to Shadow Realm. It's always the best.
Of course.
And yeah, let's just get in the deck profile.
All right, 40 card main deck?
41.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't really. You're fine with that number?
Don't worry about it. All right, so
let's
get started. The classic 3 Ash Blossom. This card's really good this format. Well, it's good.
It's absurd this format.
It's good every format. Yeah, if hand traps are the way to go in this format.
Yeah.
3 Flame Buffalo. This card is really good.
Still on the 3.
Yeah, this card is really good when you send it to the graveyard off original, or if you link summon it into Balinks, or anything else in this extra deck that you can use it to link summon. Yeah, this card's really good.
Oh yeah.
And then for the salad package, 3 Gazelle, 3 Foxy, 3 Spinny, Jack, Falco, and Weasel. Yeah, this is kind of just my standard ratios. 1 Foxy for every 1 Buffalo you play is like mandatory. Spinny at 3 is mandatory, Gazelle's 3 mandatory, and these guys each at 1 is perfectly fine.
Do you miss the Salad of Fire in this build?
No, not at all.
Do you just want to explain to people why you don't need Salad of Fire who aren't familiar?
You don't, well, Salamangreat of Fire is a really good card. In the pure variants for like the 1 card combo, it is really good. But I would only recommend that you play Salamangreat of Fire if you're playing like a 3 will and 2 or 3 fire recoveries. But in decks that don't necessarily need it or can't realistically play around the lock, you don't really need it. It's fine. Sure. Don't worry about it. I would play a variant that's playing 3 of Fire if I wasn't so enthralled from the Synchro Summoning. And now to move on to the Diabell Star Snake Eye package of this deck. So basically, it's essentially what Fenrir was supposed to accomplish in the Synchro Salad list, but actually giving you proactive advantage, and it's really good. I love it. It's fantastic. So, first we have Salamangreat Mole, level 1 fire of the deck, searchable off Circle, and searchable off Ash. There's a cool combo with these two that I'll get into later. Oak is really good because you can either summon the Ash back from your graveyard, or if you banish the Mole to shuffle the 5 salad cards and draw 2, you can normal summon this and bring this back from your banish pile. So it gives you a good grind game. And Birch is just a good fire extender. That's all the Snake Eyes you play in this deck. You don't
no
play
Flame Birch?
No, you don't play the Flame Birch.
You don't really need it.
It was too much of a brick.
Got it.
I'd say Flame Birch is only good in like dedicated Snake Eye.
Or Fire King.
Snake Eyes, like Fire Kings, like Fire King Snake Eye. Yeah, really anything that needs an extra boss monster. That's how I'd look at it. And then the Diabell Star package, 3 Wanted, 1 Witch, and 1 Original. This is pretty standard.
How do you like this ratio, though, in this deck? Would you ever up the lady? How do you like the package, first of all, in the
This
deck?
package is fantastic.
So what does this accomplish in the Salad deck?
So Diabell Star is a 7 that you can get in your draw phase to play around draw. Unlike Fenrir, which was
it's huge for the deck.
Was a summon before. This is just something your opponent inherently has to play around. It triggers Gazelle if you pitch a salad name, so you can theoretically chain block its effect, but you can't ash this thing, so it's whatever. And original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, if you get Ash and you search Mole, it basically accomplishes everything you would want to do. And yeah, Diabellstar is the perfect 7 for this deck, and the graveyard effects on these cards are absolutely insane. There's a card in the sideboard that everyone should know by now that I'm going to be playing that makes this engine way, way, way better in games 2 and 3.
Do you ever sync off her?
All the time. I only have one card in the entire extra deck to use her as link material, but most of the time, she's just used to summon Baron. There are times where, yeah, it's stuck on my field, but those are a little too infrequent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys heard it here first, folks. The new best engine for the Synchro Salad build
Yep.
is the Sinful Spoils.
And now consistency,
Sinful
3 circle, 3 mining. I'd say you should really only be playing mining if you're playing a non-salad starter like Flame Buffalo. Some people don't like mining because of Droll and Lockbird, but given that you're doing a majority of the searching in your draw phase with Circle and Wanted, if you do get hit by a Droll, it's whatever. I'm just gonna say it right now. It's literally whatever. You probably have the Baronne on the field to negate it anyways, so yeah, you'd be fine. And then for the other spells, Will, Sanctuary, and 1 Call by the Grave. Will is really good in this deck because Will serves 2 functions. One, it's a great recovery tool for when you can bring back your salad names that you pitch off Diabellstar. Let's say you only have Diabellstar, Gazelle, and Will. You can pitch Gazelle, summon Diabellstar, set original, activate this, get back Gazelle, Gazelle pitch Spinny, then you can use original and pitch this to get Ash, and then Ash can get you Mole.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and that's Raging Phoenix. I would run more, but I'm already at 41. I don't want to push it up any more than I already would. But in another one of the deck profiles, I will be running this in multiple copies.
Sure.
So stay tuned for that. And then the traps: 1 Rage, 1 Rar, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. This is standard.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's anything to say about that.
There's not really anything to say about it other than Imperm's insane this format.
Yeah, shout out to Turbulence.
Yep. You need to hit the Rescue Ace cards. Alright, now to the extra deck. 3 Balinks. And 3 Wolf.
Beautiful.
I love playing 3 Balinks and 3 Wolf. I see some lists that only play 2, and I wonder why Update Jammer is in their extra deck at all, because this deck, in terms of access, in terms of needing an OTK fees like access code, has no problem ending the game swiftly. And I think 3 Wolf is mandatory. Some lists have 2. I fundamentally disagree. Having a link 2 that you can easily make through both the Salad and the Snake Eye engine is absolutely critical, and I really like it.
Nice.
Yeah, because you can normal summon Ash and search Birch, summon Birch, and then use those 2 and make Wolf. So that's just a free Wolf by itself off original, which just makes the engine way better. 2 Heat Leo, contentious as always. A lot of people say you don't need these.
Still like it though?
I love it. It's so good. The
raging.
one thing that I really do like about Heat Leo in this format specifically is against Labyrinth and Unchained, because it forces them to either use it or lose it, because the shuffle removal is really, really nice. Because we're going to be in a meta with Furniture Labyrinth with Transaction Rollback coming out.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're going to have a lot of ways to get the spells and traps. Well, not the spells, just the traps from the graveyard with Transaction Rollback's effect. And yeah, that's going to suck because, like, you ash their big welcome and then they just do it again. And it's just like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But if you can get them at the right, well, I'm not saying get them at the right time. If you can, like, if you were playing a card like Salamangreat Foul and you would pitch itself to stop one back row from being activated and they didn't want to activate it then, they'll just lose it with Heat Leo. Also, I like the attack modifier effect on it. Sometimes you just need a Link 3 to make that's super easy in order to make your Link 4.
Sure.
Raging Phoenix is absolutely bananas this format. I can't wait for Promethean Princess to come out. They'll make this card way, way better.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just it. For my deck profiles, this is pretty standard. For other deck profiles, they wouldn't like it. They probably replace the Heat Leo and stuff with like an access code package, which you don't need. And now for some tech choices for this deck specifically, because I really like them. Link Haribo, SP Little Knight, and Decode Talker Heatzel. So basically, the combo is you normal summon Ash, and then you use it to search Mole. You link off Ash into Link Haribo, and then summon Mole to the zone Link Haribo points to. Now, if you have Original, or if you got this off of Original, you can use Link Haribo and the Mole to summon SP Little Knight.
Oh, yeah.
And if you summon it to the Wolf Zone, you can go SP1, Wolf 2, and if you have Gazelle in your hand, you can do Gazelle 3. That way they can't use Ghost Bell against any of it. And Ghost Bell is really good this format because of Big Welcome Labyrinth and Unchained Soul of Yama. So being able to chain block SP Little Knight's effect is really good, and this card is just absolutely insane. Like, oh my god. It originally was Splash Mage because you'd use Mole and Link Haribo to make Splash Mage. Then you'd Splash Mage back your Mole and then use those to make Decode Talker Heatzel. Because that was just like Ash as a one-card Decode Talker Heatzel, and I really like that for the original engine. But you can just use this and a Wolf to make Heatzel. You don't really do that anymore, but you can. I'd rather use Link Haribo and Mole to make SP at most cases. It's just in here for convenience sake.
Okay.
But yeah, SP is really, really good. It makes the Snake Eye engine way better because it gives it something proactive to do.
That makes sense.
And then the final two cards, Baron and Mirage Stallion.
So no Black Rose in this build?
Not, unfortunately, I had to cut it. I wanted to play SP so bad.
Yeah, I think SP is a bit better, unfortunately. But like Baron. So explain to people quickly how the standard. I mean, like, so do you so the game plan is doing Baron under 5 for Nibiru, and then like if there's no Nibiru, you have an Omni Negate on top of your regular Salad combo optimally.
Yeah, I had an end board which was Raging Phoenix reincarnated with Rage Rar, Baron, and SP.
Yeah, that's like way higher than the standard Salad end board ceiling.
Yes, this deck trades for like semi bricks for a really powerful end board. And unfortunately, the one downside that this deck suffers from is that it is not amazing against Unchained.
Well, guess what? It just got nuked, this ban list, so I think you'll be fine.
Well, how I'd say it is, Imperv is way better against Unchained. But this deck's game plan, Salad in general, with Rage, the pop for 4, doesn't do anything against Unchained unless you have Dweller. And unfortunately, this deck doesn't have room to make Dweller. The next profile will have room, because I'll be playing Parallel Exceed. I just didn't feel like playing it this format, for this deck specifically. But next format, when Promethea comes out, I will be playing Dweller.
That's fair.
But in terms of how this deck operates in terms of the previous list with Fenrir, this deck is way more malleable with how you can go around with your plays. The flexibility with Diabellstar is way better for the strategy than Fenrir was, because Fenrir is a really powerful card, but being able to start your Salad combo while making the Baron and having a follow-up engine with Original is just way better. And Mirage Stalio's in here for the times where you don't open any engine in terms of like the wanted Diabellstar stuff, but you still need to do your full Salad combo. And the bounce is really good. Locking you into fires is kind of bad, but it's not the worst. Sure. It's not the worst lock in the archetype, because the worst lock in the archetype is Salamangreat Fire. And now to get into the sideboard, there are some cards in here that I'd say you should play. Some cards you probably shouldn't. This is more so curtailed to what I would want to have for every single deck going forward. Let's start with 3 Joel and Lockbird. I'm sorry, they're the gold rares. They're the only ones I have. This card is really good. Manadium's looking pretty good. Center Ion is looking really good.
Hits Fire Kings.
Yeah, it hits Fire Kings.
Hits Rescue Haste now, too.
Yeah, it hits Rescue Ace, too. Yeah. I haven't played against Fire Kings.
It just doesn't hit Lab.
So,
that's why it's on the side, right?
Yeah. This is the only reason why it's in the sideboard. But yeah, Joel and Lockbird. I think this card, along, I'd say you can have Joel and Lockbird and Ghost Bell in this sideboard if you want to slot out 3 cards.
If you want to hate Brandon.
No, it's just Labyrinth.
No.
But I don't have Ghost Bell in the sideboard, unfortunately. I didn't have any room, but I might in the future. So hopefully that works out. And now for Kurikaras.
So, why are you the last man on Earth using 3 Kurikara?
Because you can search it off the wanted engine.
I saw my friend Colin Goodrich, who's like one of the best players I know. He runs one of Kurikara with his wanted engine and Fire King because you can just get it.
Yeah, you can search it off Ash, and you can get it off Originals effects when you use it during the follow-up turn to break your opponent's board.
You just like the 3 for breaking boards, though.
I like it at 3 because I don't want to no. I just don't want to be forced to use the wanted engine to search out a board breaker in a scenario where I would need an extender like Molar Birch.
Yeah.
So being able to draw this is really nice. And yeah, this card is so insane and so.
Makes sense.
It's actually, this is so good everywhere. I really do love it. And then 3 Nibiru. Unfortunately, unlike the previous Synchro Salad list, I'm no longer maining it, which is like a breath of fresh air to everyone, but it makes games 2 and 3 a pain for everyone, so that's better. Alright, NIB is just really good this format. There are some decks that can play around it. Obviously, this deck is full intention to play around it, but I would only... the reason I'm not maining it anymore is because we're pretty much in a format where players aren't going to play into Nibiru except
as
for,
much
like,
as they can, yeah.
Yeah, like Fire Kings doesn't play into this at all. Labyrinth doesn't play into this at all.
Rescue Ace sometimes just doesn't,
Yeah,
you know, it
Rescue
just
Ace
depends.
sometimes doesn't.
Purrely
Center
doesn't, so.
Ion can
Center Ion does not.
Yeah, they don't care. So I'd
But
say,
it's there for Manadium.
Yeah,
It's there for all of the other good decks, like Branded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in there for Branded, Manadium, Marincess, other salad piles that you're going to run into. When Promethea comes out, this card just dogs on them. So, yeah. And now, Lightning Storm, Talents, and Thrusts.
How do you like those?
Well, we're in a hand trap format, so I think these cards are pretty good, right?
Would you ever up these?
Maybe. It depends on what I would want to cut.
Yeah.
But currently at the moment,
You like these because you
only
can kind
have
of search
one
this off of those, yeah.
Yeah. These are just the thrust targets. For Labyrinth, everything else. You'll rarely ever need a complete board wipe against anything that's not Labyrinth or Rescue Ace. And against Unchained, I'd rather take the Talent so I can steal the Caesar and use it to make an SP. But I don't care about the floating effect. I just care about getting the free removal.
Makes sense, makes sense.
And yeah, Thrust is really good because you can set Original or Rage or Signet Mining.
So stupid.
Yeah, I know. If your Diabell Star engine gets interrupted in any way, you can just like reset
You're like, cool, bro.
it. 2 evenly in 1-dimensional barrier.
This is also a thrust target.
Yeah, this is like the final thrust target. This is for literally everything that Talents and Lightning Storm can't cover, like Branded, Center Ion.
Evenly's insane right now, I think, too.
Yeah,
I think
Branded, Center Ion, Unchained to stop Caesar, because if they only go into their Unchained plays, then their deck is kind of weird.
Ass.
Yeah, because they have to like make Rage or Anguish, and then link off your guy, which you can protect with Circle.
I don't even know if they can make Caesar anymore without fucking 3 Shivara
No, they
very
can.
consistently.
It's just way harder to do
Yeah.
it. And Evenly Matched is really good against a lot. Like a lot, like Fire Kings. So yeah, I'd just say if you want to max out on Evenlys, you can. Go ahead. I won't stop you.
Sounds good. With that being said, any final thoughts? And congratulations also on first placing a bunch of tournaments with this very list.
Yeah, this deck got me first place in maybe 3 or 4 locals and second in 1. Yeah, this deck's performance is going off the charts. This deck is insane.
It only gets better, right, with the
my.
Promethean stuff, so.
Yes, it gets way better with Promethea.
So guys, make sure to leave some likes and some love for Kyle so you guys can see the updated deck profile. Thank you very much for coming on the channel, and we'll be seeing you guys later.